Thunder Bay Police are taking steps to try to rebuild trust in the community.
Police Chief Darcy Fleury held a cultural gathering with Indigenous leaders and city officials to discuss community safety and ways to move forward together. Mitchell Ringos is following this story and joins us in studio with the details. Mitchell?
Thanks, Riley. Many topics were discussed today, including the expectations of the Indigenous community, recruitment of Indigenous employees, and what the community wants to see from the Thunder Bay Police Force. And even though this was an important first step, Chief Fleury says talks like this will have to continue being had going forward. After taking over the role as chief of the Thunder Bay Police Service roughly 7 months ago, Darcy Fleury has taken another step forward by holding an open forum with First Nation leaders and organizations in an effort to create stronger communications and hopefully rebuild trust between Indigenous people and the city's police service. Fleury says this forum wasn't meant to forget what happened in the past, but to learn from it and move forward together.
You know, we think we might be doing a great job, but sometimes we need to hear from the community, well, how good are we doing? And what areas are we deficient in and what areas need some improving? Otherwise, we're not going to be able to, make the changes that we need. So that's kind of what drives it all.
The forum happened to be held on the 5th anniversary of the release of the Office of the Independent Police Review Director's report that found systematic racism at an institutional level within the Thunder Bay Police Service. Anishinaabe Nation Grand Chief Reg Niganabi says he is pleased to see the police service has been working toward completing the recommendations and that all parties are finally communicating.
Just to hear some of the updates that are taking place so far, it's good to hear that some of them are being implemented and that there is some action. That's the biggest one for me. The second one is that we're actually having this event and the communication is open now.
Fort William Chief Michelle Solomon agreed that the forum with First Nation leadership is an important first step in rebuilding trust among Indigenous people and police.
I think that police might be received better if they were present in community at a level that was not not a level of enforcement, but a level of, hello, how are you doing? And, just understanding people better.
Solomon added, even though this was a big first step, rebuilding trust goes beyond just the city police force.
This is more than a police issue for sure. If we look at all institutions that Indigenous people encounter on a daily basis, they encounter barriers and systemic racism in all institutions.
Fleury said he will be working to ensure what is being heard at the forum will be implemented on the front line, including the continuation of reconciliation training for all members of the Thunder Bay Police Service, which Fleury said is on track to be completed in 2025, as well as policy reviews by the Police Services Board.
We do the procedures. We want to get it out there so that they have a fairly good understanding of where we're going and have some input into it.
Fleury said these forums are intended to be an ongoing process, with hopes of scheduling a second one in late spring or early fall next year. Mitchell Ringos, TBT News.